Hello, welcome back everybody. I took a brief break and you might notice a few things different. One of the things is, I'm trying to be a lot more directed. To help with me, I've made these note cards. One of which actually explaining what I'd like for the channel, and the other one is a Subway for Subway. The other thing is, internet's finally back up. Yes. It's strange how quiet the apartment feels when there's no internet waves flying around. I would like to first off make an apology. I realize that several of those videos were me jabbering about practically nothing, including some of the things that I'm even passionate about, had no sense of continuity. The other thing is, I also did a lot of thinking, and this time off has been good for that, because it helped me realize, as you might remember, my two watchers as of this moment will remember, that I said I wanted to stay true to myself, and that wasn't necessarily fair to the channel. Staying true to myself, of course, is important and isn't something I'm going to be shirking on, but realizing that the channel is an entity sort of its own, and that you kind of have to have some sort of, to say it again, continuity. If things don't attract people, it doesn't exist. And I could make a channel all day long about whatever it is I want to do, and I'm ridiculously faceted, and it doesn't mean that I'm like particularly great at any one thing. It just means I have a lot of things I like to do. And that doesn't mean I have to sort of just put it all on YouTube, just sort of regurgitate who I am. That isn't what this is about. I wanted two things for this channel mostly, and it's to have fun and to encourage growth. Encouraging growth in that where it's just sort of healthily having fun. Plenty of other ways to have fun, and I personally have always enjoyed video games. Myself, I was never a big partier, never been drunk, I don't like to smoke or do anything, really. The worst I do is caffeine. I think we're all mostly guilty of that, and even that I'm trying to dial it back a little bit with. But to stay on topic, I'd like to talk about gaming. What it is to me. Not giving you my my life story, guys, but my grandma was amazing. She also loved to play video games herself. In particular, she loved Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So yeah, Zelda rep. Do you do this? Is this the Triforce, or is this just now Illuminati? Maybe the Triforce is Illuminati. We'll have to get the guys on that. But anyways, yeah, you know, I didn't have a whole lot to do where I was, so I liked to watch her play. And when she wasn't playing, I liked to watch my uncle play. And he liked a little bit harsher games, I suppose you could say, like Castlevania and Resident Evil. So, you know, I got my feet wet in sort of two different genres, and really enjoyed all of them. I've played practically every type of game out there, and I mean genre, that is. I don't mean like I've played every game, I'm just that good. Nah. No, there's actually games I deliberately stay away from. I just don't like them that much. Yeah, so I was hoping to sort of have an adventure with you guys. That's sort of been my gaming background. It helped sort of shape me into who I am today. It was a rough time growing up, the way that I had. And so video games taught me, you know, as sappy as it is, but how to be the hero and how to make the right choices. And you know that it's okay to fail, as long as you keep trying, type of things, you know? So, I wanted to use this video to unveil the first game series of this channel. And it's going to be performed on my PlayStation 4. So I don't know if I'll have a video up right away. I have to look into what you can do with that. But I know that you can at least have audio and the game footage playing. So as much as I'd like, to have my face somewhere there for the reactions, it's not going to happen more than likely unless I can figure out some way to set it up on the TV. And that might be a thing. If you guys know something, feel free to let me know. And that moves on to one of the topics I wanted to touch on briefly before the unveil. And that would be, comments, requests, things like that. Let me know, guys. I'm perfectly open to change up these ideas if you feel like there's a different direction that the channel should be heading. So, the big unveil. I feel like it is very appropriate to start with the game Journey. It's been out for a few years. Yes, I'm a little late to not just some of these games, but to the whole YouTube party. Well, that's fine. It doesn't matter what time you come in as long as you have fun when you're there. At least that's how I feel about most things in life. But I've heard amazing things about it. It's supposedly sort of like a puzzle game, and I love puzzles. That's why I like Zelda. But I think probably the biggest thing about it is that's known about it is the environment and how much art they put in to the graphics. And this might be something you end up hearing quite a lot from me, is that I am a firm appreciator of when the graphics are artsy instead of ultra realistic. I'm not a huge fan of making things look as realistic as possible. And, to a point, it doesn't need to be cartoony either. Artsy is a direction I feel like some devs should be heading towards. One such example, the original Fable. I don't know if you guys have played it. It's an older game. But that wasn't ultra realistic in any way, shape, or form. A lot of things were exaggerated, proportions and facial features, but they were great. The spell effects and the environment obviously were sometimes that crisp, very flat, almost hard to look at, the same no matter which way you turn the camera angle sort of graphics. But the way they arranged them was still pleasing. It was almost like a sculpture in that way. So it takes some vision to create games like that. That's just one facet of gaming, but it's one I highly appreciate. So that is what I'd like to do with this video. This is usually where people close up, say like, subscribe, comment, share. And I did some reading, and they say that those are good things to do, the call to action, if you will. I really don't like that. I haven't liked that in anything that I've ever done, ever. Even in my job, I don't like pitching job security. I don't like making a sale if the person doesn't want it, if they weren't looking for it. If I think that it might be something they were looking for, I might hint towards it, but that's something else entirely. And also not the point to this rant. It's just, if you guys want to, I'll remind that I'm up for it. Every other video or so. I'm definitely down for anyone commenting, no matter what they want to say, making requests, what have you. But I just realized, I talked about the direction and only unveiled the game. I didn't really say, what else I want to do with the channel. But, some comedy skits here and there, maybe. I'm not exactly like a comedic genius or anything, but I have some funny ideas. I will talk about video games a lot. I'll talk about world building. I will go back to that. but it will be a lot more congruent and a lot more well put together, and the video will not be like 3 videos long. As for Journey, I'm going to be breaking it up into 15 minutes playtime each day, so I hope that you look forward to it as much as I do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to go get some food. I'm really hungry. Maybe you should too, if you found this video somewhere on the web. You've probably been on YouTube a while, so you should eat too. Alright, I'll see you guys when we turn this over. We'll be in Journey. Thank you.